Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll continue on going over the mustalah known as al-asah al-mansus in Minhaj al-talibin. We covered the first one, which is in tayammum, in our last recording. Inshallah, today we're going to pick up on the next one, and that one is in kitab as-salah, bab sifat as-salah. Imam Nawawi, he says, فإن جهل الفاتحة فسبع آيات متوالية فإن عجز فمتفرقة. قلت, meaning النووي, الأصح المنصوص جواز المتفرقة مع حفظه متوالية والله أعلم. So here there's khilaf. فإن عجز فمتفرقة. If a person does not know how to recite, they have not memorized Al-Fatiha in the Salah, what do? The mu'tamad is the next stage. They go on to 7 consecutive verses from another surah. If they don't know that, then they can recite 7 other verses that are not necessarily consecutive or even in the same surah. That's the original text. And Nawawi says, however, the mu'tamad and the asah between ashab al-wujuh and the mansus by Imam Shafi'i himself is that he can do 7 verses that are not in a consecutive order. Jameel. So the first statement is his ikhtisar to what Rafi'i said, and then his qultu is his ta'liq and presenting that Imam al-Rafi'i presented that which is not necessarily the mu'tamad. So what happened here? What is the khilaf exactly? The khilaf throughout the majority of the books of al-ashab is debates between ashab al-awjuh themselves. Can a person, instead of doing 7 consecutive verses, do 7 random verses from one or more surahs? If he can do it. Not if he can't. If he can't, that's obvious. But if he does know 7 consecutive verses, can he just recite 7 random verses from different locations? A group of the ulama said he cannot. وَلَا تُجْزِئ. That would not be acceptable, therefore that qira'ah would not count in the salah. And from those who said this, and they did this by qata', meaning no, there's no way, period. That does not exist. لا تجزئ. Al-Imam, meaning Imam al-Haramain, Al-Hujjah, meaning Al-Ghazali, and Al-Rafi'i. The other opinion that says you can, and that was by Abu Tayyib al-Tabari, Al-Bandaniji, and Al-Imrani in Al-Bayan. Al-Bandaniji stated that in his Al-Mu'tamad. He stated in other books as well, but the main source that they would quote that from is Al-Mu'tamad. And Abu Tayyib from his Ta'liqah. And we all know the books of Al-Imam Al-Hujjah and Al-Rafi'i. So those that came after who are discussing are simply pointing out that the fact that there's 2 wajh, one that says you can, one that says you can't. However, after further research, it is actually also what Al-Imam Al-Shafi'i stated as well. So maybe when they were debating, they overlooked, some of them maybe overlooked what Shafi'i said, some of them understood Shafi'i's statement in a different light or a different understanding, etc. It's beyond the point. I mean, the reasons are endless, realistically. However, the majority appeared or show it as a khilaf between ashab al-awjuh. But with research, it turns out that هذا ما نص عليه الإمام, that can happen. Jameel. So, since if we were to go back to those books, we would notice that there's no mentioning of a nas. There's only mentioning of the awjuh. Therefore, it is al-asah from the awjuh. But it is also al-mansus because there is a nas for Imam al-Shafi'i radiyallahu ta'ala anhu wa anhum ajma'in. Therefore, we would call this al-asah al-mansus. Wallahu a'lam.